Hey, no countdown today. We're already late enough. Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1355. We are very late today, late for a Monday. Usually this is the time I'm ending Hobby Evolution, and we're heading to go see puppies. We're gonna go see puppies today. Ernie's behind me. Say hi, Ernie. Say hi. He's like, screw it. So yeah, yesterday morning I was bragging about, I'm not tired, and I stayed up till midnight, and then it always hits me the next day. I woke up. Ernie woke me up at like 6. I set my alarm at 6:30 because I'm like, I'm gonna be tired in the morning. Brian Wolf's like, dude, where are you? I knew I was gonna be tired, so Ernie woke me up. He had to go potty at 6, which is normally about the time he goes potty in the morning. So get up, and I'm like, well, it's 6 o'clock. I might as well just start my day. So he goes, he poops and pees, and I make that decision. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sleep till 7. I'm going to sleep till famous last words. I'm going to sleep till 7. But what I did was I shut my alarm off, and I woke up at 8. So here I am. And in doing so, Ernie had his first accident since mom left. He's been so good, but we've also been on I wouldn't say strict schedule, but we've been on a regimented schedule, right? So, and when he poops, I can smell it. Like I can smell like, oh, you pooped, buddy. And I'd set the stream. I got the details of the stream up, and I'm walking. I went to get him a fresh bowl of water, and I walked past the staircase, and I could smell. And I'm like, I didn't poop this morning, so it's not me. And I'm like, I think he shit upstairs. He did, but I'm gonna take the blame for that because we're off schedule, and like, this would normally be the time that we'd go out a second time, and he takes 2 poops in the morning. He takes an early poop at 6 a.m., and then he takes a second poop around 8:30, 9 o'clock. So can't blame Ernie. Can't blame you, buddy. This one's my fault. I slept in. Now I did take him out a second time though. He peed a second time, and he was just it's light out. I like taking him out in the dark because although he can see, but there's not much activity. Well, 8 o'clock when we went out the second time, there's a lot of activity. People are going to work, dogs are walking, neighbors are taking the dogs out. So he's not ready to take a dump with all this activity. Hence why I'm late. So I'll probably do a quick episode. Not too many people in the chat. That's okay. I'm late enough as it is, and I've got a lot of shipping to do. It was actually a really good weekend. I don't know how anybody else's sales were this weekend, but mine definitely exceeded the last couple weeks since my Black Friday sale, which is part of what I wanted to talk about today. Promoting your eBay listings, more important than I thought, and I ran an experiment. Now, it was going to be a longer experiment than what I ran, but the results were so alarming that I just said, screw the experiment. I'm losing money. I'm going back to my original promoted listing percent. So we're going to talk about that. You can check out what's going on in my eBay store, 99centcards.com. I did buy a bunch of cards on Saturday at the card show, but those are now listed. A lot of those are listed, not everything, but I put up about 50. It was a lazy Sunday. I hate leaving Ernie alone. Spoil the shit out of this little booger. So I just hung out with him upstairs. We watched football all day. And the Bears weren't even on. We're going to watch football tonight. Bears are on Monday. Unfortunately, Bears are on Monday Night Football. But I listed about 50 cards just from my couch. Just, I randomly list. I'll list a couple cards. and then do something else, list a couple cards. And you can check those out, 99centcards.com. I did not run any auctions. I was going to run a basketball auction last night, but it's just next Sunday is what it would be the 22nd. And I'm like, and I didn't run any Saturday night auctions because Saturday night auctions can really suck. My Saturday night auctions this past weekend sold a lot, but at 99 cents, which now I do understand most of them. I'm not surprised they sold for 99 cents, but there were a few cards that I'm like, I'm surprised that didn't go for more. So I didn't run any Saturday night auctions, and then mainly because I was busy all day Saturday, card show, Christmas party. And then I had thought about running some auctions, starting some auctions last night. Going to town back there, buddy. I thought about running some auctions. I have a stack of basketball that my next round of auctions, which probably Thursday. Trying to think of what the math is on that. So it's that time of year. It's the holidays where you have to do the mental math. Okay, when's this going to end? The good thing about the Christmas and New Year's holidays is Christmas and New Year's are on the same day. So it's like, okay, no Tuesday night auctions, no Wednesday night auctions the next couple of weeks. So I decided not to run any auctions just because it's coming up too close to the holiday to Christmas. So I'll shoot for Thursday, I think. Thursday. Right? Does that work? Thursday, yeah. Thursday would be the 26th. Boxing Day. So wasn't very productive. I did a load of dishes. Played with Ernie. Listed some cards on eBay, 99centcards.com. Did a little bit of sorting, or ripped the last of my 2016 mega boxes. They were pretty crappy. I definitely got the best hits on Saturday night during the live stream because last night's. But I pulled 3 Aubrey out of the case of 16 blaster boxes. Essentially, they're blaster boxes, mega boxes. Out of 16, I pulled 3 first pitch Aubrey Plazas. In one, I listed one yesterday, and it sold for $12.50. So I think I paid. What did I pay? What's the math on my box price on those? Calculator. 300 divided by. You're not always gonna have a calculator on you. Yeah. 1875. So I paid $18.75 per box, and Aubrey Plaza sold for $12.50. Now I pulled 3 of those. Pulled the Mike Trout relic. I've got it listed for $75. Don't expect it to sell for full price. Blake Snell refractor rookie. I've got listed for $40. Again, don't expect it to sell for full price, but I think I did okay. And there's a lot of quarter box fodder, a lot of stuff. We'll go to Shane. So, there wasn't much though. There wasn't much Hall of Famers in these. Well, it's 2016, so obviously, there was no Derek Jeters in there. I can get 50 cents on Derek Jeter from one of my buyers. He's in 2020 up. I have one hobby box, retail box of 2020 Topps update that I'll rip sometime this holiday season, I guess. So that's what I was doing yesterday. So make sure to check out my eBay store, 99centcards.com. We'll talk about eBay and the little experiment that I ran. I expected to run it for longer than 2 weeks, but the results were pretty alarming. So ended the experiment and back to my old ways on promoting listings. Talk about that. It's Monday. Aubrey Plaza, the next 52 man, all right. Monday morning quarterback. I watched football all day. Not much. Like, I watched football all day, but I couldn't tell you, like, now that I think back, it's like, what games did I even watch? The Eagles and Steelers. I watched a little bit of the Packers Seahawks, but like midway through the first quarter, like I watched all the pregame, but like midway through the first quarter, I'm like, I'm kind of tired of football. I think I'm done for the day. What was the noon game that I watched? I don't even remember. It was the Panthers. This is why I don't remember. It was the Panthers and Cowboys. It was just not a fun game to watch. So, but I did anyway. I don't know. I'm sure there was a game. If that was the Fox game, I'm sure there was a game on CBS that I wasn't watching. But, so yeah. So, we'll get to the few chats. It's so late this morning. If you were late joining me on the stream, I just staying up until midnight caught up to me on Saturday. Staying up until midnight Saturday night caught up to me. Ernie got up this morning. He went potty, and I'm like, I'm going back to bed for an hour. Hour turned into 2 hours because I didn't set my alarm, and I got up at 8 o'clock, and hence we're really late. That's why Brian Wolf says, "Dude, where are you? Must be walking, Ernie." We went out. We pottied a couple times. He pooped in the house. It's all good. Scott, good morning. Steel Cards in the house. What's happening? Raphael is here, and Aubrey Plaza is the next 52 mantle. So make it a quick show. So I'm going to go through my. So here's what I learned. Promoting your eBay listings, more important than I thought. And as I've built up a following on eBay, and I've had a decent following for a while now. So a lot of people aren't coming to my eBay store through promoted listings, or seeing my promoted listings. So, it's organic. I've also been doing a lot of auctions here over the last 2 months, and I'm like, I'm probably getting some organic followers through my eBay auctions. Let's cut back and let's see what type of savings I make dropping my promoted listings fee from 10% to 5%. Now, a few months ago, I was at like 12 or 13% on promoted listings, and I dropped back to 10%. Didn't really see much of a difference. But at the end of November, I decided let's cut this back to 5% and let's see how much I save. Now I am saving money on fees, and this is where I think a lot of people get mistaken about the fees on eBay, especially promoted fees. Well, I'm paying 5% less in fees, but you might be losing out on more than that in sales when you look at the numbers. When you actually look at the numbers. And I knew my December was starting off pretty poorly. I did not attribute it to my decrease on my promoted listings. But I'm going to share some numbers with you. That dude from Duryea says, "What's up? Weekend sales were good, but auction prices on vintage singles was sluggish." I agree. I completely agree. Weekend sales for me were good. Auction sales, not very good. Completely, 100% had the same results in my store. Red Light says, "I'm late." Talk about late. Yes. Happy Monday, Peter. What's going on? Johnny M is in the house. Good morning. He says, "I refuse to promote not giving them money that they already get." And you might have missed my comment about that. I would rather make less sales and keep more per sale, but it's not my bread and butter. So I get it. If you'd rather make less sales, that's okay. If this isn't your primary job, or if you're not aiming for more sales, even as a side hustle, that's okay. But if you want to make more sales, if you're one of those people like me, well, I do it full time, so I'm always, looking at the sales. But if you're asking where are my sales? Is your store slow? Are your sales slow? If you're one of those people and you're worried about less sales, then this is for you. If you don't care about that, if you don't want to make more sales, that's okay. Don't pay the extra. If it's just like, whatever sales I make, if it's just like anything is gravy, completely different. I understand, completely get it. But if you want those sales and you want more of those sales, you're going to have to promote your listings. And that I learned that with my little experiment. So, and I just happened Saturday night after the guys left, I'm going through my Saturday night auctions, and I'm looking through my numbers, and I'm like, I went down and I checked my promoted. So I'm going to go into my sales. So I dropped my promoted listings percent from 10% to 5% at the end of November. I wanted a clean slate for December, give it a couple days to matriculate. and we'll see what December brings. And I was going to do, like, I just wanted to track it for December, and then I wanted to give it like 2 months. The results were astounding. And I ended the experiment Saturday night. And what do you know? Sunday, my sales were great on Buy It Now on Sunday. Now that could just be, well, it's a Sunday. There's a lot that goes into it, but it was, and before I get to the numbers, I do want to state that 2 weeks is a small sample size. However, when the results are this off, then I don't care. I'm not going to give it, because this is my business. And if I see that the results are so far off that I'm losing out on so much money, that 5% is worth its weight in gold, because it's worth 40% in more sales, which I don't think it was quite 40, but it was something similar. So I got to do custom because it was through the 14th. We do custom 12/1/2024 to 12/14/2024. First, we're going to compare. Actually, you know what? This isn't even fair to compare to the end of November, because that was when I ran my Black Friday sale. So the numbers are certainly going to be skewed quite a bit. So we're just going to compare it to the previous period in November. So 11/1/2024. So that goes. So we're going to compare my numbers from the first 2 weeks of December compared to the first 2 weeks in November. So my sales in the first 14 days of December compared to the first 14 days in November. Also, it's very similar inventory, very similar amount of listings that I had in the first month of November. In fact, probably a little bit more inventory than November, which even makes the point even more solid. So my sales via fixed price. So we're going to isolate it to fixed price only, because that's the only listings I promote. I don't promote auctions. So my sales via fixed price were down 25% compared to the same period in November. I know you really are antsy. You want to go play. We're going to go play today. So down 25% compared to the first 2 weeks of November. Now, you're like, well, that could mean anything because it's December and November, blah, 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 blah. So we're just going to go down, and where do I find that? Here we go. So we're going to take a look at promoted sales. Promoted sales. Ouch, that hurts. Promoted sales down 30% compared to the first 2 weeks of November. Promoted sales down 27%. Overall sales down 25%. So pretty similar. 25% is huge. And a lot of that is through promoted listings. So basically even 27% on promoted sales, 25% on overall sales on a Buy It Now. 5%, that's when I decreased from 10% to 5%, and I lose on promoted sales 27%. That's a huge difference. I will pay an additional 5% to promote my listing to make 27% in more sales. So that was alarming to me. When I looked at those numbers on Saturday night, I'm like, holy shit, that's a lot. And I don't want to experiment with this any longer. If my sales will continue to slump 27%, I think it's time to just end the experiment, crank it back up to 10%. And my sales the last couple of days were, much higher. Let's just do a custom report. Let's do 12/15. Yeah, I guess 12/15 is probably the only, because it's still early on the 16th. So 12/15/2020. Come on, 12/15. There we go. All right. So we'll just compare it. Same period the day before. Sales via fixed price on Sunday, yesterday, after And sometimes it does, it takes a little bit of days to really hit. So it's not really fair to look at these numbers right now, but sales were up 12.5% on Sunday over Saturday. Let's just compare to the previous Sunday. So what's 15 minus 7 is 8. So let's just see what it was the previous Sunday. And we're just isolating fixed price because that's what I'm promoting. Sales compared to last Sunday, up 90%. That's how bad my Sunday was a week ago. My sales were up 90%. Now over Saturday, what was Saturday? It was pretty small figure, but 90% compared to last Sunday. Let's do. It's not fair to run on the first because that was my Black Friday sale was still going on. So let's go the previous Sunday, the 24th of November. Let's compare it to 11/24/2024. 96%. So my sales yesterday up 90% over last Sunday and up 96% compared to November 24th, the last Sunday in November. So those numbers, those are real numbers that I look at and it's like, okay, it's worth it. It is worth its weight in gold. That extra 5%, that's going from 5 to 10%. Just think if you're doing 2% and you go to 5% or 2% to 10% or whatever it might be. Once you get over 10%, now I've looked at the numbers and I've done experiments before with promoted listings above 10%. And it really starts, I feel that like 10% is kind of that sweet spot. I ran 12, 13% for a long time. Didn't see as big of numbers, but 12 to 13% versus 10% is also not as big of a jump as 5 to 10%. I even did an experiment with 20%. And what I noticed was I didn't really make any more sales. And I'm sure I did. I can't remember. I don't have the numbers in front of me. But what I also noticed was the promoted sales were not, I wasn't being charged a full 20% on, I don't think I was charged 20% on anything. It was like the highest was 16%. So just random experiments that I ran. He's got energy. Ernie's got energy. So Johnny says, oh, got it. I do better running a 10% off sale on my entire inventory than any promotion I have run. And I did promote up until this year. It made no difference. You're an outlier because I don't know if I've ever heard anybody state that promoted listings didn't do any increase for them in terms of sales. I've done when I first promoted listings back 4 years ago, like the bar graph was just insane. And I think it was like 3%. I think I went from 0 to 3, maybe 2. And then over the course of, the last couple of years, I do experiments here and there just to see. I also think it's important to reset your promoted listings because I think it gets stale. And once you reset it, and I don't know, this is just a theory I have, that if you say you've been promoting it just 5% for the last 2 years and you haven't adjusted, it was just like you started it in 2023 and you're like, I'm going to promote 5%, and you just did it basically in perpetuity and you haven't messed with it since. I think it gets stale. I think if you cancel it or go in and edit and restart or do a new promotion, I think it trips that algorithm, and all of a sudden you'll see an uptick in sales. Dat Dude says, have you ever used the other method eBay suggests? I have. Yes, I have. I don't like it. Based on my inventory, it's not like, and that's pay per click. It's, you're going to be paying, it's basically a dollar amount or a penny amount as opposed to a percent. And I think you might be able to do a percent. I don't know, but I don't feel it's worth it for low end inventory. However, I do promote here and there off site. So I spend a little bit more, I promote more than just the listings. I'll look at my campaigns currently. Again, this is something that I play with every now and again. So currently I have running an off-site campaign, and it's $5 a day. It's $5 a day. So I have gained, when did I start this? Does it tell me when I started the campaign? Yes. I started this campaign just 10 days ago, December 6th. Let's see. And this is why the offsite campaigns, it's like, and so these campaigns, this is why I don't do too much of this, because of the inventory. Now I've sold some volume on it. Not much. 15. I've sold 15 items in 10 days. So it's basically bringing me 1 to 2 sales a day, 1.5 sales a day. But since it's low end inventory, my sales are $30. Basically $2 an item on what I've sold off the offsite campaign. I'm spending $18.44 to date on those ad fees. So that's a huge percent. So I'm basically losing money on those 15 sales because of the offsite campaign. It's $5 a day. I don't I don't look at it at a micro level for that. I look at it as $5 for the campaign. It's extra marketing. It's just a marketing expense of $5. It's a very small percent of my total, net sales for a day. I'm okay with it, but it's something you have to monitor. If I had 0 sales and I spent $18.44, then yes, I'm going to stop the campaign, but I'm going to keep doing this campaign for $5 a day. Yeah, it's not generating that much in sales, but also a lot of my inventory is $5 and under inventory. So that's why I don't like the some of those, other methods. There's also, what's the other? I think it's like the pay-per-click campaign. Let's see. And you can create like just different campaigns. You can promote your listings, which is what I do. You can promote your store. You can promote offsite. And also, I should say I do get some of that $18.44 refunded because I clicked into go into your seller dashboard if you're interested in these promoted listings. Come on, where's my? Oh, I'm already in it. So they have promotional offers. So the one I clicked into was 20% off promoted offsite fees up to $200. So $2.72 comes off of the $18.44. So it's $15, $16. So it's I'm not paying that full $18.44. There's also another, at least in my store, I've got a 75% off promoted offsite ad fees up to $200. I have not opted into that, but it's just some of these things I just check out. I've done the offsite campaigns a few times, just like 2 weeks at a time, just to try to drum something up a little bit. Odd Merchant says Dollar Box has the right idea. $2.99, promote the hell out of it, and you still profit over $1. Yeah, and some people promote certain items. I promote everything in my store. So sometimes that 10% comes out. If I sell something for 99 cents and it was clicked on a promoted listing, I lose even more money. I lose an extra dime. So instead of losing 15 cents, I lose a quarter. But again, it's the price of doing business, and I'm okay with that. Now, am I going to load up my store with 50,000 99-cent free shipping cards? Absolutely not. But here and there, 99 cents here and there, absolutely. Johnny says, and that's the main reason I don't worry about eBay sales, because Bitcoin is about to hit 106,000. The altcoins not doing so well. I checked my account this morning and it's down even further, but I don't have any Bitcoin. My Bitcoin would be doing well if I bought into some Bitcoin. Bargain Boxer says, my buddy went to a show this weekend, spent $10 on one card. That card sells for $1,500. Let's go. That's what dreams are made of. That's what dreams are made of. That's what us bargain boxers, that's what we're doing. We want to find those $10, bargain boxes that sell for $1,500. That's like the thrill of the chase and why we keep going back to find, I get excited. Ooh, this is a $10 card. Like Saturday at the card show I was at, I was getting excited pulling $10 cards for $1. I went through, I haven't gone through, I listed some of the stuff, but I haven't gone through to comp. There was actually the Manny Machado rookie that I pulled was actually the image variation. So I think like the base rookie only sells for like $3. I think it was $1. It was $1. So it's basically break even at that point. So it was the image variation, and it's $7 to $10 card. So, that was a nice little surprise. I do have an offer on the printing plate. I got the printing plate for, what was the printing plate? I don't think it was $1. It might've been $1, maybe $2 or $3. I can't remember. But I listed it for $16. I've got an offer of $11. I'll probably end up countering that because it's only been listed for 12, 15 hours. What else? The RPA, the Jacob Eason RPA, Christmas serial number 1225. There's a bunch of others listed. Now it's Jacob Eason, so it's probably going to be a long tail sale. I think I listed it for 40. There's a bunch, not a bunch, but there's a couple others on eBay listed for like 60, I think. So we'll just wait and see on that. But I think I paid $3 for the Jacob Eason RPA. Low Roller says altcoin season starts next year. All right, let's go. Low Roller says use some profit to buy some crypto. Max wants to know what card it was. Bargain Boxer says 1997 SP Authentic Mutombo numbered to 100. And see, that's a card that if I saw that card for $10, I'd be like, I'm not buying this. It's $10 for a Mutombo. I'd put it back. I'd probably pass on that card in the dollar box. So now I know SP Authentic serial numbers. See, that's what I need to learn more about basketball, and especially 90s basketball. Because I'm sure, and I know I've given, I don't know if I've given $1,500 cards away, but I know I've put some good stuff in my quarter boxes, sell for $40, $50, if not more. But I need to learn more about some of the 90s stuff. Cause that card 97 SP Authentic Mutombo of 100, if that was in a dollar box, I'd probably pass on it. It's like, I might get a few bucks. Maybe if I was building a nice stack of cards, I'd probably set it aside at $1. But if it's a bargain box where I only found a few cards I liked, I probably wouldn't buy it. So that's good to know. Good to know. All right. We're half an hour in. I think that's good for today. Since I'm so tardy, I've got to get my coffee made, and we're going to go see Puppet. What the fuck, dude? Well, one less toy in the house. You're really... The lamb has died. There you go. All right. Don't choke on that. All right. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Visit my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Max says, sure about the number. Row 0 flares go for less than 100. Your hockey and soccer cards is in quarter boxes worth thousands. Probably not. All right. Like and subscribe. Hit up my eBay store, 99centcards.com. I do have auctions ending tonight. Before I go, it's been a while since I've shown off what is ending. So get your bids in now, 99centcards.com. Here is what's ending at auction this evening. I think like 7:15 tonight Central Time. I've got a couple Jackson Holiday Mojos ending tonight at auction. The Prospect Power Up, that's a cool card. The base Mojo from 2024. Luis Gill, Pink Refractor Rookie. Was he was pretty high. Did he win the Rookie of the Year? If not, he was high up. I can't remember. Mickey Mantle, 82 Mickey Mantle story. We got the base Bowman Chrome Jackson Holiday, a first Bowman paper Spencer Jones. A lot of these don't have bids, 99-cent starting bids. Ichiro, 70 years of tops. Couple first pitch cards of the Cubs, Stephen Colbert and Anthony Rapp. I've got some all-time fan favorite Cubs, Dawson, Lee Smith, Bill Madlock, Suter, Dunston, Fergie. Some of those don't have bids. Will Clark, 87 tops. Ellie De La Cruz, Bowman draft. Pete Rose, Leaf card. Sparky Anderson, 73 tops. 73 tops, Steve Blass. It's got a corner ding. Toby Hara, 76 tops. I don't know why that went up for auction. Ken Holtzman, 74 tops. Adley Rushman, pro debut. Otani, another Mickey Mantle. Wilbur Wood from 73. It looks like I was just listing the leftover 70s that I had. So some 70s cards. 73, 71, SSPC. There's a Lou Piniella traded. Rorick Harrison. Lou Brock archives. Joe Garagiola. Dawson. Fred McGriff rated rookie. That's a cool. I always liked that card. Rainbow foil Ichiro. Xander Bogaerts rookie. The chrome commemorative reprint Mark McGwire Team USA card. Spencer Jones. We've got a first Bowman chrome refractor. And this is like some of these that don't have bids surprise me. And then also the Bo Jackson and Roberto Clemente roll call inserts are at $3. Like, wow, that's cool. J-Rod Gold Cup. Couple Ken Griffey Juniors, some second-year Ichiro and Pujols, and those don't have bids. Donruss Originals, they do have bids. These are really popular, and anytime I can find the 2002 Donruss Originals, I am all about it. I mean, at the right price, because they sell really well. They're really popular product with the reprints of the designs. I'm surprised. Canseco and McGuire. I put some random 89 upper deck and 92 Bowman. More sought after sets from that era. The foil, those all have bids. Dan Deerdorf. That ends tomorrow. So Mark McGuire is the last auction. So not too many, maybe 50 auctions ending tonight. So check it out, 99centcards.com. Troy's in the house. What's going on? I'm late, so I'm just about to wrap things up. 99centcards.com. Make sure to get your bids in on those auctions. And check out the latest ads from the weekend from the Janesville Card Show. Now at Buy It Now and buy 7 or more at regular price, and you'll save 25% off at checkout. All righty then. So that's what I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. Apologies for my tardiness. I will be on time tomorrow, 7 a.m. or 7-ish tomorrow morning here on YouTube. Have a wonderful Monday, and we'll see you in the morning tomorrow.